Hello everyone, welcome to Chronicle Islands. My name is Shivani Tripathi and today we are starting our new series, New NCERT GS Beginners Foundation Course 2026. Now it is very important to know that why new NCERTs are important for you to build a strong foundation. So we have already seen certain differences between old and new NCERTs which gives you clarity on the fact that why today you should more focus on the new NCERTs because it is more exam oriented, it is more based on conceptual clarity, it is more based on integrated learning, and these all things are important when it comes to the preparation of your competitive exams. Okay, so why new NCERT is needed to build a strong foundation? That we will see here because we have already seen the importance of NCERTs, but why new NCERTs? Why not old? Why not any other book? Or why not in any other thing is important when it comes to foundation? That you will come to know because new NCERTs are based on update and revision. In recent years, new NCERTs have been updated, keeping latest facts and figures in mind. Okay, so it is more updated, more revised, and these are now prepared in accordance with New Education Policy 2020. As I have already told that the new education policy wants the complete overhaul of education system in India. So it tries to be more conceptual oriented than rote learning. So it tries to focus, it tries to shift focus from rote learning to concepts. And for this, you have to focus on the concept based learning. And that's why new NCERTs are more relevant today. Now, as we have already seen conceptual learning, so their aim is that students should not just memorize but also understand the concept. Okay? And it also synonymous with the current examination system. How? As you will observe, for example, in UPSC Civil Services exam in last 10 years, the questions have been changed completely. I mean, in 2015, there could be a question based on certain articles or based on certain definitions, which are very simple. But yet, when you will look last 2 to 3 years UPSC Civil Services papers, it is completely analytical based. You can't solve these questions directly from any book. You have to develop concept based learning. And when you will have that concept based learning, you will apply that knowledge in solving a particular question in a particular way. You know, there's a thing called applied knowledge. You have certain knowledge with you and you apply that in solving that question. That is possible only with concept based learning. And that is the need of the hour when it comes to different competitive exams. Balanced difficulty level. The language and presentation in new NCERT is such that it balances any kind of difficulty. Okay, it has completely been made in a way that there is very easy language when it comes to class 6 NCERT and then it progresses in a way till we move to class 12. So there is natural progression of the topics. Now there are certain updated informations. Obviously, when NCERTs will be rationalized, then it will update then it will have updated information. Now, what is meant by updated information? So, what are the things which have changed the headlines of newspapers in last 10 to 15 years? So, when you will take any newspaper around 10 years or 20 years ago, you will hardly find a news related to climate change. Or maybe you will find in certain established newspapers and not in almost all the standard newspapers. Because these things are relevant today. The topics like climate change, digital economy, national education policy, these topics are completely updated parts. and these topics are important today. Okay. So, for example, digital economy. So, what was digital economy around 20 years ago? It was nothing. It was maybe not even a term, or a very term which is used in a very limited manner. But today, digital economy in itself is a very, very significant part of the economy. So, it is the need of hour, and you have to keep your preparation according to current affairs, according to current knowledge, according to current updation. And new NCERT helps you in that. This helps beginners to build a relevant base information from the beginning. So you must be aware of different topics from the beginning in itself. And then visual learning support. So there are certain charts, infographics, and diagrams which has been used in new NCERTs in a very interesting way. And in our upcoming lectures, we will see different pictures in a very interactive way so that it helps you to memorize the particular thing and helps you in your understanding. Okay. So moving forward, last and very important, I think it is last. No, it is second last. Okay. So it is importance of new NCERTs from exam perspective. Analytical ability, we have already talked on this. Why it is important for exam? Because it is more analytical today. It focuses on why and how instead of just what. So today also, if you want to solve any problem, you should not only know the problem. You should also know how to solve that problem and why to solve that problem. Until and unless you will not have the answers of why you should solve a problem, you will not show full commitment. And that's where commitment is important because it helps you to build a strong foundation. And the new NCERTs helps you to answer the questions of why and how when it comes to different subjects and different topics. This helps beginners develop their answer writing skills, comprehension, and conceptual linking abilities. Now, the last importance of new NCERTs is that it helps you for future exam grades. We have already seen how exams are changing in last 5 to 10 years. It is becoming more conceptually. Even exams such as UPPCS, BPSC, these exams are also changing its patterns. So there was a time when completely an article was asked. Even today they ask articles, but certain questions are becoming more statement based, more analytical based. So every exam is changing. Every exam is changing itself according to time, and that's why it is very, very difficult to predict any exam. But it is very easy for you to shift your focus from what to study to what actually is important to study and what not to study. So when you shift your focus from basics to more analytical level, you will be able to tackle all the changes which is being happening in these exams. So new NCERT reflects this trend we have already seen. So there's an example to show you that class 11 geography now includes updated sections on sustainable development and climate change. Okay. So this is the NCERT of geography. Earlier, you will not see that geography is explicitly covering topics like climate change, but today it covers and it has to cover because the climate change, sustainable development, digital economy, these are the topics of the trends, and you cannot avoid that topics. Okay, new chapters like democratic citizenship and constitutional values are also added because there are different questions based on different political concepts like constitutional morality, democratic decentralization. These concepts are being asked in different exams repeatedly. So it is important that these particular concepts should be completely in your be the part of your preparation. It should not be like you are just rote learning certain things and you are just thinking that you will be able to qualify your exam. No, it is very important that you inculcate all the changes which is there in NCERTs, which is happening in PYQs, and bring and that change in your profession so that you can form a comprehensive strategy. Okay. So these are the importance of new NCERTs, which helps you to build a strong foundation. Because what we have said earlier, that success stories are often based or mostly based on strong foundation.